Hey guys, what's going on? Jamie here. Just wanted to make a quick video on Wise. Wise just had another monster day in the reservations, and we're going to take a look at what today looks like. And then I'm going to address two questions. Number one, these are questions that I actually get over on Telegram. Number one is, will this fizzle out after the pre-sale? Right? It's a great question. And what can I actually make? So we're going to go through some of these numbers here. But let's just jump right into what the reservations are looking like. Because man, it's just amazing. There's close to 13,000 Ethereum already that has been sent in. Now, again, if you're going to get into this project, if you're going to get into this pre-sale, you know, you're already missing a few days. So you want to get in because the 50-day pre-sale is going to go super fast. Okay, it's going to go super fast. And as you can see here, we're almost at 13,000 ETH. Once it hits the 20,000 ETH, you're not going to be eligible to get up to 70% of your gas fees refunded because they're only doing this refund for the first 20,000 ETH. So, if you're getting hit with transaction fees and things of that nature, if you want to get some of that refunded back to you, probably better to move quicker sooner rather than later. So let's take a look at this, guys. Day one, 645 ETH. A lot of people were scared to go into day one because at the time, this was the day that was really loaded the most with Ethereum. And if you understand how this works, the more Ethereum there is, the less Wise you're going to get. So people try to time this. Although I've said numerous times, it's very difficult to really have a guaranteed way to figure out which day to go into. That's why, for me personally, I just dollar cost averaged in. And a lot of people are dollar cost averaging as well. So this was the day that everybody was scared to go into. But as you look at it now, it might have been one of the better days to go into, because look at this. Here's 710 ETH, 1,023, 1469. Yesterday was 1469. That's monstrous right there. And then today we still have just under 8 hours to go still on day 7, and there's already 1,018 ETH. So yeah, that's pretty crazy already. 1 week is going to be gone after today. So this pre-sale is going to go very fast, guys. So if you're going to get in, again, do your own research, do your own due diligence. Everything I talk about in my videos here are purely my opinion, speculation, obviously. I can't guarantee anything, but I put my money where my mouth is because I put 53 ETH in. I put 50 ETH in one deposit. I actually did a video on that. You can check that out on my channel. And then yesterday I threw in another 3 ETH. So I put in 53 ETH already of my own money, and I'm going to be putting in some more shortly. So anyway, this is what's going on right here. Tomorrow it'll be very interesting to see also, because this is going to be the first random day. So, people who get in on this day, and there's already 689 ETH, it's going to be a random number that's going to be chosen. So this is not too bad because it's not that big of a difference. But if you look at some of the other days, like this one, you're either going to get one. There's either going to be one or close to 10 million Ys. So this will be a much more drastic random day than tomorrow. Yeah, see, here's another one, right? So these days are going to be interesting to see what happens here. The fixed days, obviously, you're going to get there's 5 million Ys that people are competing for. So if you want to be super duper safe, you might want to just get it on those days. But again, you really can't predict anything. Anyone that says that they're not being truthful, because you can't, this is all random, right? And these numbers are changing every single day. The surefire way is just a dollar cost average in. So will this die out? Let's cover that real quick. Will this die out after pre-sale? A lot of people are asking me that. And it's a good question, because a lot of times, when there's a pre-sale, everybody's hyped for the pre-sale, and then as soon as the pre-sale ends, it starts to fizzle out, right? And we've seen that with other things in the past, right? This one, I believe, is not going to die down. I'm going to tell you the reason why, okay? And again, do your own research. This is just my opinion, because everyone knows that there is a referral program for the launch phase, right? Or the pre-sale phase, right? We all know that you get a 10% bonus if you use someone's referral link. Obviously, people that are talking about this and are promoting it, they'll get a bonus as well. Well, most staking platforms, they only will pay referrals on the reservations, right? Going into the auction lobby. And what these guys have done that's different, and I don't think there's any other platform out there, right? Other staking platform out there, is they're going to pay referrals on actual staking. So once the pre-sale is done, people are still going to be talking about this because anytime there's a referral program, that's free marketing, right? People are going to talk about it because they can get paid referring other people. So, unlike other platforms or other projects where they only pay referrals on the pre-sale side, the auction lobby, these guys are paying referrals on the staking side as well. So once the pre-sale is over and we're starting to stake our WISE token, we're still going to talk about it, right? Obviously, we're staking, right? Personally staking it, but then there's staking referrals that we can earn. So it says here, after launch, promoters may continue to advertise in order to gain residual income. Each time WISE is staked using their referral link, this income rewards promoters similar to the way stakers earn interest, and the interest generation stops for both parties once the stake ends. So I mean, that's, if you think about it, if you refer a few people that are staking, you can build a lifetime residual income with this passive income. If you look on their teal paper, this is a more detailed, right? So you can go through the, again, I always say read the teal paper, but it says, just as the WISE contract include, let me move this box over. Sorry about that, guys. Just as the WISE contract includes a referral program to incentivize users to help bring more ETH into the liquidity transformer, it also provides a referral program for staking, right? Boom, 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 boom. A referred stake generates 10% extra shares for the staker. So there's a benefit for the person using your referral link, just like when they're reserving, during the pre-sale. And there's also, let me see here. There's a referred stake generates 10% extra shares for the staker, as well as an equal but without the 10% bonus amount of critical mass shares for the referrer, assuming they're qualified as a CM referrer, right? To qualify as a CM referrer, a user must on any one day have reached a total of $10,000 worth of currently active referred stakes, 365 days in length, or you can refer 50 ETH during the pre-sale. So again, I don't want to get off on a tangent on how you qualify to become a CM referrer or anything like that. But like I said, you can earn referrals during this reservation phase, and you can also earn referrals during the staking phase. So will this die down? I don't see why. I don't see why it would, because people are going to still continue to talk about it because, again, it's not like the referrals will end. Unlike other projects where, you don't get paid referrals when people stake. You're only getting referrals when people are entering the auction lobby. This one is going to pay you referrals on stakes as well, right? So I think that was a very, very awesome feature, genius move on the team's part, because they understand that free marketing is the best marketing, organic marketing. And as long as you're paying referrals, people are going to talk about it, right? So on to the other question. I mean, that hopefully that answers it. Again, that's just my opinion. You might have a difference of thought, and that's fine. But here's the other one, is how much can I actually earn? So if you look at the PDF right here, it says here, what does WISE do? Lock up WISE and stakes to earn interest. So let's just say you entered the pre-sale. Now you have a bunch of WISE, right? WISE token is at the end of the pre-sale, and then you stake them. Right now, this token is meant to be staked. That's the best way you're going to get gains. Okay, you can stake for up to 15,330 days. Now you don't have to stake all the way. Again, it says up to, right? You can stake for 30 days. You can stake for 60 days. You can stake for 6 months. You can stake for a year. You can have ladder stakes. You can have lots of different ways. Again, put together your own strategy, but understand that longer stakes earn more daily interest along the way. And again, if you're putting longer stakes in, you can always scrape this daily interest off the top, right? Unlike other platforms where you have to wait till the stakes are ended, then you get the interest. You can actually scrape your daily interest off along the way, even though you still have an active stake, right? You can still scrape that interest off. It's designed to create a 10 to 30% annual interest, right? When you're staking, you're gonna it's designed to create a 10 to 30% annual interest, plus massive ROI from the WISE price appreciation. I'm going to go back to this here in a second. It says interest can be withdrawn from stakes without penalty to principal. Ending stakes early penalties to principal. 100% of penalties are distributed to active stakers. So, I mean, not to go off on a tangent, but don't put in a stake that you you feel like you can't see through the end, all right? Because there is going to be hefty penalties if you unstake early. Now, they do have a solution for this, insurance stakes. I'm not going to talk about that here, but they've already created a solution to that. But let's just go through some of these numbers. It says here, designed to create a 10 to 30% annual interest and massive ROI. Now, again, nobody can guarantee anything because nobody has a crystal ball. I can't guarantee anything. I'm just speculating here. But if you go through yesterday's live stream, okay, Peter, right around the 6-minute, 40-second mark, something like that, he starts talking about price prediction and speculation. And he says that, you know, it wouldn't be totally crazy if people 100x'd in 6 months. Now, again, will people 100x in 6 months? I don't know, right? I'm not even going to think about those numbers, right? Let's just say people 10x, right? That's a big drop off from what he's talking about, right? He's talking about 100x in 6 months. And, you know, truth be told, I think it's going to do that. I really do, okay? But I want to play it down a little bit and just, you know, think about if things go wrong and that number is nowhere near, you know, what can people make? And I'll just show you what I'm planning on making, right? So instead of 100x in 6 months, let's just say 10x's in 12 months, right? 10x's in 12 months. Big drop off, right? Big drop off from what he's talking about, right? Well, I just told you I put in 53 ETH so far. That's 25K, right? So 25K, and just play with some of these numbers. And again, if my math is wrong or if I'm off, let me know. I'm not, you know, I'm not a guru with math or anything. I'm just pulling out a calculator here, right? So let's just say 25,000 for easy math, right? And that 10x's, right, in 12 months. So my Ys will be worth 250,000. And let's just say it's designed to create a 10 to 30% annual interest, right? We're not even going to go over the 30,000. Let's just say 10%, right? It's designed to create a 10% annual interest. Because again, I just want to lowball it a little bit more, right? So that 250,000, right? Let's say I'm getting 10% interest on that. So basically my Ys, if I'm staking it, right? If I'm staking it and I'm not cashing it out and I'm just living off of it, that can provide a $25,000 a year passive income, right? 25,000 a year passive income. Now, if I'm putting in 25,000, right? That means that I can ROI, right, or break even in 12 months, right? Or you know, a little bit. I'm not being exact with the math. I'm just kind of like giving you some quick numbers here. But then my point is after I ROI, then that's 25,000. You know, and again, the numbers are, this is not fixed. All these numbers can go up or down. It can be more, it can be less. I'm just kind of, you know, simple thinking here. You know, that I can live off the interest, right? I can live off the interest without ever selling off my original Ys. I can just live off the interest every single year, 25,000 a year. That's if the price doesn't go up, if it doesn't 100x, if it doesn't do any of that stuff. If I never get 30% interest, that's just 25,000 a year off of passive income. I mean, that's a good, you know, a good, I don't want to say retirement plan because not too many people can retire off 2,000 a year in you know, in this country, but you know, that's pretty powerful, you know, to create a passive ongoing income like that. Now, again, the numbers get crazy if you start playing with some of the numbers he's talking about, right? Like if I put in 25,000, right? I'm going to put in more, but let's say it does 100x, right? And let's say you're getting 30% interest. I mean, these numbers are ridiculous. I mean, I can't even fathom that, right? But I'll be happy with just, you know, what I just showed you here, right? That's an ongoing passive income stream that you set up one time, you set up your stakes, and now you can live off of it forever, right? And then pass it on to your kids. You know, assuming that this thing continues to go on for years and years and decades to come, like what they're talking about. I mean, that's a passive income. You give your wallet keys to your kids or what have you, and they're taking over. I mean, that's I mean, that's what we're talking about here. That's why I'm pumped about this, and it's going to be very interesting to see how this thing plays out. Will that happen? I don't know. I have no clue, right? I mean, this is all risky stuff. Crypto in and of itself is risky, but hey, you got to be in it to win it, right? You got to take a risk if you want to get the rewards, right? High risk, high rewards. No risk, no reward. So anyway, you know, give me your thoughts, give me your feedback, post your comment. If I did my math wrong, let me know. Post it in there, post it in the comments. But hopefully this drives it home a little bit. I think this is going to continue to, you know, it's not going to lose steam at all after the pre-sale, because again, people are going to be getting referrals off of their stakes. So I think this is going to continue to do extremely well. So anyway, let's see what happens by the end of the day. Will we have a new all-time high? Because that's what's been happening over the last couple of days. We'll find out. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next Wise update. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Join me on Telegram. If you want to join our newsletter, I'll leave a link for that as well underneath. And we'll talk to you soon. Peace.